Cavalcade of Sports is on the air.
In Milwaukee, Gillette presents the seventh and final game of the 1958 World Series between the New York Yankees and Milwaukee Braves. Hi, everybody. This is Bob Wolf greeting you on behalf of the Gillette Safety Razor Company. The top attractions in the world of sport are brought to you the year round on the Gillette Cavalcade of Sports. These include the World Series, the Blue-Gray football game, the World's Invitational Match Game Bowling Championships, the Rose Bowl game, the Kentucky Derby, the All-Star Baseball game, and the week's headline boxing attraction every Friday night. Gillette hopes that in this way it shows you how much we appreciate your purchases of Gillette razors, blades, and shaving creams. This is the day that the World Championship of Baseball will be decided. It's been a long trail for both these teams. The weeding out of the top men way back in spring training, the long pennant race, and always in front of both teams, that one goal, the World's Championship. And now, this is it. The end of the trail comes this afternoon. The Braves are trying to do what only two National League clubs have been able to do in World Series history. That is, win two straight World Championships. And the Yankees are hoping to accomplish what only one other team has been able to do in the history of the best-of-7 series. Come back from a 3-1 deficit to win the crown. The weather here this afternoon, sunny, bright, it's warm. Although there is a chance of late afternoon showers. It rained hard last night. The outfield is still a bit damp. There's a breeze which is going out toward left center field. The 1958 World Series is being brought to you from County Stadium in Milwaukee.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen with a giant offer from Papermate that tops them all. Listen, how'd you like a genuine Papermate pen free? How'd you like a genuine Papermate refill free? Sound good? Well, that's exactly what you get. Free pen, free refill when you buy Papermate's famous two-tone pen at the regular $1.69 price. What a bargain. As it says right on the special Papermate display, you get a two-tone pen worth $1.69, plus an extra silver tip refill worth 49 cents, plus a retractable Schoolmate utility pen worth 39 cents. A $2.57 value, all three for only $1.69. How about that? A $2.57 value for only $1.69. Look for the special Papermate display at stores everywhere. Buy your two-tone pen at regular price, get an extra pen, an extra refill, free from Papermate. This sensational offer is limited, so hurry and get your free Papermate pen and free refill now.
Now for a look at the lineups. And as we give them to you down below, manager Casey Stengel has come out along with manager Fred Haney and the umpires. Here's how they line up this afternoon for the New York Yankees. Leading off playing right field, Hank Bauer. Batting second and playing second base, Gil McDougald. The number 3 hitter in center field, it's Mickey Mantle. Batting fourth and catching, Yogi Berra. Batting fifth and playing left field, Elston Howard. Batting sixth and playing third base, Jerry Lumpy. Batting seventh and playing first base, Bill Skowron. Batting eighth and playing shortstop, Tony Kubek. And pitching and the batting ninth is Don Larson. And now for the Milwaukee Braves. Leading off, playing second base, Red Schoendienst. The number 2 hitter in center field, Bill Bruton. Batting third and playing first base, Frank Torrey. Batting fourth and playing right field, Hank Aaron. The fifth hitter playing left field, Wes Covington. Playing third base and batting sixth, Ed Matthews. Del Crandall is catching and batting seventh. Johnny Logan is batting eighth, playing shortstop. And pitching and batting ninth, Lou Burdett. As you have noted, Eddie Matthews in the Braves lineup has been moved from third to sixth. And the Braves have 5 left-handed batters in the lineup this afternoon, including switch hitter Red Schoendienst against Don Larson. And we've noted that Casey Stengel, who was up at the plate with the lineups, now has halted on the way back to the Yankee dugout for another final look at Larson before this ball game gets underway. Casey is still showing a great deal of concern about Larson's arm, whether or not it can come back. And now, ladies and gentlemen, there's quiet here in Milwaukee.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's all join Martin Perez.
Our national anthem. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification.
The yellow label is your only guarantee of getting real Vichy, Saratoga Vichy. If you want real Vichy,
Get the yellow label, yellow label, yellow label, yellow label.
insist on the famous yellow label that says Saratoga Vichy. Garage doors for residential, commercial, industrial use. Manual or remote control. Literature on request. Free estimates. Contact Murphy Overhead Doors, 1148 Central Avenue, Albany. WGY, WGFM, Schenectady.
Climactic game. Billy Bruton, whose .429 average paces both teams. Hank Aaron at .333. Red Schoendienst at .320. And Wes Covington at .318. And also, Andy Papko, who has played in 4 of the 6 games, is batting at .333. And so is pitcher Warren Spahn, who's batted in 3 runs, or as many as any Brave in the series. The pitching of Spahn and Burdett in the first games of the series led to the early observation that the Braves' mound staff had an edge over the Yankees. The New York pitching has strengthened, however, and now the Yankee pitchers have a slim edge in earned run average, 3.60 to 3.67. Manager Fred Haney has gotten 3 complete games out of his starting pitchers, while Casey Stengel has had 1. But Yankee pitchers have struck out a record number of 53 batters in 54 and 2/3 innings, almost a strikeout an inning. The Braves have clicked off 5 double plays to only 4 by the Yankees. And interestingly enough, although both clubs have had several exceptionally speedy base runners, this series has seen only 1 stolen base, and that one by Eddie Matthews in the second game. This is a tribute to the fine throwing arms of catcher Yogi Berra of the Yankees and Del Crandall of the Braves. Well, we're approaching game time here in Milwaukee, and a bright, sunny afternoon. And Lou Burdett has completed his warm-ups. Don Larson is still warming up for the Yankees. There go the Milwaukee Braves out on the field. Lou Burdett who's now going onto the mound, has the opportunity today to become the first pitcher in World Series history to win 5 games in 2 consecutive World Series. And interestingly, Lou pitched his first major league inning as a Yankee in Yankee Stadium in 1950 before being sent to San Francisco, from whom he was obtained by the Braves in 1951 in the Johnny Sain deal. So we're getting set for baseball. Hank Bauer will be coming up to lead off for New York. You know, in these days of statistics, here's a fellow who's batting 1,000 because he's made a hit every time that he's moved in front of the microphone. The voice of the Milwaukee Braves, Earl Gillespie.
Thank you very much, Bob Wolf, and good afternoon, everybody. These 2 great ball clubs, the Yankees and the Braves, are battling this afternoon not only for the honor and glory of winning a world championship, but there's plenty at stake, plenty of money, because the difference in a winning and losing share amounts to about $3,000 per full share. So using an old sports cliche, the blue chips are down at Milwaukee County Stadium this afternoon. And a blue chip pitcher for Milwaukee, Lou Burdett, who was a loser in Monday's ball game at Yankee Stadium, comes back against New York this afternoon with only 2 days rest, and he'll be opposed by Don Larson, who was a great right-hander at Yankee Stadium on Saturday afternoon as he worked 7 innings of brilliant shutout baseball. Don Larson against Lou Burdett. We go to the top half of the first inning. The Milwaukee outfield reads left to right. Wes Covington, Billy Bruton, and Henry Aaron. In the infield, Matthews, Logan, Shane Deanston, Torrey. Burdett on the mound and Del Crandall behind the plate. Hank Bauer leads off, one of the great stars of this 1958 series. Bauer is batting at .385, 10 base hits and 26 trips, including 4 homers, 8 RBIs, and here is a strike, and this ball game is underway. Lou Burdett firing right down the alley. Strike 1 to count on Hank Bauer, who will be followed by Gil McDougall and then Mickey Mantle. Outfield is playing deep to the left. The wind is blowing across the outfield, more towards left, though, as it crosses from the right field corner to the left field corner. Here's a drive to right field. Henry Aaron backing up, and he reaches up, makes the catch. Henry Aaron seems to misjudge that line drive for a second. Went back, leaped there, not leaped, but he just reached up for the ball, and that's 1 away. Hard smash by Bauer to right field. Brings up second baseman Gil McDougall. And he was a great clutch performer yesterday as his home run on the top of the 10th inning broke a thrilling ball game open as the 2 teams had battled to a 2-2 tie after 9. And McDougall smashed his second home run of the series to give the Yankees a 3-2 lead. They added 1 more to take a 4-2 lead. And they finally won out in a great ball game, 4-3. Gil McDougall batting at .304, right-handed batter. 7 hits and 23 times at bat. Lou Burdett comes down with the first pitch. McDougall swings, chops one down the third base line. This is a foul ball picked up by Burdett. And it's a strike 1 count. McDougall in the series has 1 double, 2 home runs, and he has driven in 4 runs. A lot of left-handed swingers in there this afternoon, as Bob Wolf mentioned, for manager Fred Haney. With the switch hitter Red Shane Deanst, Billy Bruton, Frank Torrey, Wes Covington, and Eddie Matthews. And Matthews has been dropped down by Fred Haney to the number 6 spot on the batting order. And in the past 6 years, I don't recall Matthews batting below 4th or 5th. Strike 1 count. Second baseman Gil McDougall in the batter's box. On deck, it is Mickey Mantle. Here is the windup. 1 man is out. The pitch cut on a ground ball through the box. Shortstop to his left. Has to hurry now. Up the throw to first base. He is on in a close play. Johnny Logan to Frank Torrey. On a ball that was hit to the right-hand side of Lou Burdett. Not hard, and Logan had to hurry up to make the play on Gil McDougall. Brings up the center fielder, Mickey Mantle. Mickey, who's been up 20 times, has 6 base hits, batting at .300. He has 1 triple, 2 home runs, and 3 runs batted in. 2 outs and nobody on base. Outfield about straight away and playing extremely deep for Mickey, who takes a fast strike that's right down the alley. Mantle hit both of his World Series home runs this year off Lou Burdett in the second ball game at Milwaukee County Stadium. Tremendous power from either side of the plate. He's batting left-handed against the right-hander. 2 outs, nobody on base. And on deck, it's catcher Yogi Berra. Shane Dietz is deep at second base. Torrey is deep at first. Strike 1 the count. Burdette has the sign, delivers, and here is an attempted bunt. He missed the ball. It's strike 2 as Mickey Mantle, with the Braves infield, playing deep, try to drop one for a base hit. Missed the pitch. And it's a strike 2 count. Tremendous credit should go to this great Yankee ball club, because after falling behind 3-1, they've stormed back in the last 2 ball games that tied the series at 3-3. So history repeats, because these 2 teams were tied at 3-3 last year, going into the 7th ball game, of course. And it was both starters in 1957, Lou Burdette and Don Larson. Here's a swing and a roller down the first base line. It's a fair ball picked up by Torrey. Steps on first base, and the Yankees are 3 up and 3 down. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base. And the score is New York 0. Milwaukee is coming to bat. Well, the big one is underway. There's no tomorrow for these 2 great teams. And it's my last chance to remind you not to miss out on Gillette's World Series special. A Gillette one-piece TV razor at the low price of 79 cents. Now just listen to what your 79 cents buys. A modern one-piece Gillette TV razor, a dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades, and a good-looking travel case. If you have an obsolete razor, or if you damaged yours in one way or another, now's your chance to get a brand new Gillette TV razor for just 79 cents. What shaves you get? Brisk, refreshing shaves. Clean, comfortable shaves that keep you looking your level best. And the Gillette TV razor is so easy to use. You change blades with a twist of the handle, and just a rinse cleans the razor. Get in on this money-saving offer today. A Gillette TV razor, dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades, and styrene travel case while they last for just 79 cents. In the last half of the first inning, Milwaukee will send up Red Shane Dietz, Billy Bruton, and Frank Torrey, 3 left-handed batters in a row to face the right-handed Don Larson. The Yankee outfield looks like this. Elston Howard in left, Mickey Mantle in center field, Hank Bauer in right field, Jerry Lumpy at third base, Tony Kubek at short, Gil McDougall at second base, and Bill Skowron at first base. Don Larson, who came up with 9 victories against 60 feet during the regular American League season, has 1 victory and no losses this year in World Series competition, and he is being handled by one of the best, Yogi Berra. And just like yesterday, in the very first inning, with Whitey Ford starting with only 2 days rest, manager Casey Stengel is going to have somebody keeping warm in the bullpen in right center field. A right-hander is throwing, just loosening up in the bullpen. Here is the pitch to Shane Dietz. And it's a strike on the inside corner. The redhead batting left-handed against the right-hander. The right-hander out there is Johnny Cooks. Shane Dietz, with a .320 batting average, has 8 hits and 25 times at bat. Here is the pitch. He takes a strike on a beauty. It's on the outside corner above the knees, and it's strike 2. Albert Red Shane Dietz. He has been one of the truly great second basemen for the last decade in the National League. He has 3 doubles and a triple. No runs batted in as yet in the series. Outfield is playing him about straight away. The pitch is swung on a line drive, left field, base hit. Red Shane Dietz, who sometimes looks like he's using a magic wand up at the plate, just broke that ball into left field for a base hit. Hit number 1 off Don Larson. Yogi Berra is out yelling at Don, saying, "Come on, let's bear down now," as the center fielder Billy Bruton steps into the batter's box. Billy, a left-handed batter, 6 hits in 14 times at bat. One of the Braves' victories went to this young fella. The opening game against Ryan Duran, batting at .429. Larson's pitch, a swing of foul up the screen behind the plate, and it's strike 1 on Bruton. Billy has 1 home run and 2 runs batted in. Mel Allen got himself a baseball souvenir as that baseball rolled up the screen and right into the TV booth down to our right. So it's a strike 1 count on Billy Bruton. As Mel would say, how about that? Runner on first base and nobody out. Here is a ball that's high. Ball 1 and strike 1. Boy, we have a beautiful day for the 7th game. The temperature is 66 degrees. It is warm in the sun. Humidity is 82%. The wind is out of the southwest. Now looks like it's more out of the west, blowing out towards left field at 8 miles an hour. Runner on first base, nobody out. Here's a lob throw by Larson over to Bill Skowron at first. Braves coaches, Billy Herman at third, Johnny Fitzpatrick at first. Lou Burdett against Don Larson. Larson into the stretch. Arms down at the belt. The pitch to Bruton, and he takes the ball. Looked like he was going to bunt. Ball 2 and strike 1. As Billy squared around in the batter's box, one of the most adept bunters in the National League, the third baseman Jerry Lumpy came charging into the grass. Ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Center fielder Billy Bruton. Last half of the first inning, no score. And Johnny Cooks continues throwing in the Yankee bullpen. Larson glancing over the left shoulder. Here's the 2-1 pitch, and it's ball 3, too low, 3-1. Ball 3 and a strike 1 count. 3-1 on Billy Bruton, who is now out of the batter's box, searching as he looks down the third base line at Billy Herman, looking for that sign. Shall he hit, bunt, take, ball 3, strike 1. We'll see in just a few seconds. Shane Dean leads off first, nobody out. And the 3-1 pitch, ball 4. And Milwaukee moves into a serious threatening position here in the last half of the first inning. Trying to draw first blood and give Lou Burdett the lead. And Casey Stengel is on the dugout steps. And as Bob Wolf, who follows the Washington Ball Club in the American League, tipped this off before the series, he said, Earl, when you see Casey with 1 foot up on the dugout steps, watch him closely because that pitcher out there hasn't got too much time left. Now we have another right-hander throwing in the bullpen in right center field. Bob Turley has joined Johnny Cooks in the bullpen. Bob Turley and Johnny Cooks. Milwaukee runners perched on first and second base. Nobody out. Last half of the first inning. Frank Torrey, left-handed batter, facing right-hander Don Larson. The pitch to Frank. He bunts one down the third base line. A beauty. Picked up by Lumpy. Over to first. He is out. Now there was what you would call a perfect sacrifice because Torrey, with runners on first and second base, wanted that third baseman Lumpy to handle the ball, which leaves third base open, of course, because the shortstop covers second base. And Lumpy was forced to come in along the foul line to make the play, and he did. So there's a sacrifice for Torrey, and Milwaukee has runners on second and third base as the Braves cleanup hitter, right fielder Henry Aaron, moves into the batter's box. Aaron with 8 hits and 24 times at bat, hitting at .333. 2 doubles. 2 runs batted in. The outfield deep to the left. Larson's pitch. Curve breaks low and outside. It's ball 1. On deck is the left fielder, Wes Covington. The Braves have Shane Dean on third base. Bruton on second base. 1 man is out. No score. The last half of the first inning. The wind is blowing out towards left field. The wind up by Larson. The pitch. A swing and a miss. He tried to hold up, and it's ball 1 and strike 1. Henry Aaron, full on a curveball, tried to hold back on his swing. Ball 1 and a strike 1 count. The Yankee infield is playing in for a play at the plate. The outfield deep to the left. Ball 1, strike 1 count. 1 man is out. Runners on second and third base. As Larson starts the motion, the 1-1 pitch is too low. Larson tried to get Aaron on that same type pitch, breaking pitch on the outside corner at the knees, but it broke below the knees, and it's ball 2 and strike 1. Ball 2 and a strike 1 count. Boy, the weatherman must be out here today because we have perfect weather, and he must have planned it that way. The wind-up by Don Larson. The pitch is too low, and it's ball 3. 3-1, the count on Henry Aaron. A bad pitch now. Loads him up and brings up Wes Covington. And the right-handers, Bob Turley and Johnny Cooks, are throwing harder in the Yankee bullpen in deep right center field. Ball 3 and a strike 1 count. Larson, being very cautious with Henry Aaron, has gotten behind on the Braves cleanup hitter. Ball 3 and strike 1. Shane Dean's on third, Bruton on second base. One man is out, no score, the last half of the first. Larson starts his motion, kicks his leg, delivers, and it's ball 4. Yogi Berra starts walking out towards Don Larson. This is walk number 2 issued by Larson. Casey Stengel is pacing up and down. Now he moves up to the second step in the Yankee dugout on the third base side. Decisions, boy. Those managers do quite a job day in and day out. Casey's got one right now. Shall he leave Larson in or go to his bullpen? Looks like he's going to leave Larson in. Here's Wes Covington, a left-handed batter with the bases jammed. The Yankee infield is playing back, hoping for a double play. One man is out. Bases loaded. The windup and the first pitch. Here's a swing and a foul back here towards us. And it's a strike 1 count. Wes Covington, who has been up 22 times, has 7 base hits, batting at .318, no extra base hits, and 3 runs batted in. Shane Deans on third, Bruton on second base, Henry Aaron on first base. One man is out. Larson takes a deep breath, has his sign, starts the motion. Here's the pitch. Wes Covington swings. It's a ground ball to the first baseman. Picks it up, and a run scores as Covington is out at first base. Good play by Skowron. Very fine play by Bill Skowron. That was a tough chance as he played the ball on a short hop, moving to his right. Fairly hard hit, bouncing high. A run scores. Runners go to second and third. Here is Eddie Matthews. Eddie Matthews getting a fine ovation from the Milwaukee fans here at County Stadium. He's had one of those really rough series. 4 hits and 24 times at bat. He has established a no individual strikeout record, having gone down 11 times on strikes. Batting a .167, but he has 2 doubles and has driven in 3 runs. And he's going to receive a walk. It'll bring up Del Crandall. With first base open, Matthews is being walked intentionally. And we'll have to wait till Crandall gets up to see how the strategy will pan out for Casey Stengel. There is ball 2 outside. Billy Bruton on third base. Henry Aaron on second base. Del Crandall waiting on deck as ball 3 is poured outside. Ball 3 and no strikes. Another pitch out wide will put Matthews on first base. Here's Larson's pitch outside to Berra. Ball 4. An intentional walk. So here in the last half of the first inning, Milwaukee has scored 1 run on just 1 hit, 3 walks, a sacrifice, and a ground ball to deep first base. Once again, Milwaukee has the bases loaded. The batter is catcher Del Crandall. 5 hits and 21 trips, batting at .238. 2 runs batted in, no extra base hits. Not far behind Matthews in strikeouts with a total of 9. Open stance, the outfield deep to the left. Here is the pitch. There's a swing and a ground ball foul down that third base line, and it's strike 1. This is a right-handed power hitter's win today, blowing out towards left field. Strike 1 the count. On catcher Del Crandall. Don Larson comes down with the next pitch. A swing and a miss, and it's strike 2. Larson bearing down. He's in a real rough situation. And so far has done a magnificent job with only 1 run scoring. The Braves have the bases loaded with 1 out. have managed just one run. 2 men are out now. Strike 2 count on Crandall. The pitch. Here is strike 3 and a beauty. Fastball on the outside corner, belt high, and great pitching by Don Larson. In the last half of the first inning, 1 run, 1 hit, no errors. 3 men were left on base. And at the end of the first inning, the score is Milwaukee 1, the New York Yankees 0.
Hurry and get your Gillette TV razor. Just 79 cents, man, what a buy. And we'll tell you it's in short supply. So hurry and get your Gillette TV razor. Go get one fast and be in luck. For 79 cents instead of a buck.
Yogi Berra leads off for the Yankees in the top half of the second. And incidentally, when Crandall was called out in strikes, that marked the 10th time that Dell has struck out in the series. 1 behind Eddie Matthews, who has 11 strikeouts, which is a World Series record. Also, the Braves now as a team have 54 strikeouts, which is also a World Series record. A dubious one, but it is a record. Yogi Berra. 5 for 23, batting at .217, has 2 doubles and 2 runs batted in. Berra, Elston Howard, and Jerry Lumpy, the first 3 men to face right-hander Lou Burdett in the second. The pitch to Berra is over, but it's low, and it's ball 1 and no strikes. Ball 1, no strike count. The Milwaukee outfield plays Berra just a shade towards right. The infield is deep with the exception of third baseman Eddie Matthews, who's just a step off the infield grass, about even with the bag, and about 15 feet off the line. Ball 1, no strike count on Berra. As Burdett delivers, Yogi takes ball 2. It's high, 2-0. Ball 2, no strikes. And now Yogi wanted umpire Tom Gorman to look over the baseball, which he does. A new baseball goes into Lou Burdett. Ralph Houck is coaching at first base, and Frank Crosetti at third base. Here's the 2-0 pitch, and it's high. Ball 3, 3-0. Burdett in this series has now worked 15 1/3 innings, has walked only 2 Yankees, but he's way behind on Berra, 3-0. Here is a strike poured right down the alley. It's ball 3 and strike 1. Ball 3 and a strike 1 count. Nobody on base. Nobody out, and there is ball 4. Berra draws a walk. First walk given up by Lou Burdett, and incidentally, those other 2 walks before this one to Yogi Berra, issued by Burdett in the series, both were intentional walks. So this is the first unintentional pass issued by Lou in this series. Berra's on first base representing the tying run in the ball game. Nobody is out. The batter is left fielder Elston Howard. Howard batting at 133, has 2 hits and 15 times at bat, and he takes a strike. Howard, going into yesterday's game, had been hitless in 10 times at bat, came up with 2 hits, including a very important base hit in the 10th inning. Strike 1 count. On deck is third baseman Jerry Lumpy. The outfield plays Elston Howard towards left. The infield about straight away. The pitch, and he's going to bunt when it's down the first base line. Torrey feeling the ball, tossing to Burdett, who drops the ball. And here is the runner going to third base now as the runner holds it first. Torrey to Lou Burdett, who dropped the ball. That'll be scored as a sacrifice. A sacrifice for Elston Howard, moving Berra to second base. And the error by Torrey on the toss to Burdett, which was high and a little behind him. moved Yogi Berra around to third base. And now we have action in the Milwaukee bullpen. And this is the rookie right-hander, 27-year-old Carl Willie. Nobody is out. The Yankees have the tying run on third base, the lead run on first base, and the batter is third baseman Jerry Lumpy. Lumpy, who's been up 9 times, has 2 base hits, batting at .222. Both singles. Left-handed swinger. Burdett tugs at his cap. Looks down at Del Crandall. Milwaukee's outfield shortens up and is playing around towards left. Pitch is a little high, and it's ball 1 and no strikes. Ball 1, no strike count. Carl Willie, who has made 1 appearance in this series, and that was in the 5th ball game at Yankee Stadium, working 1 inning, is warming up in the bullpen for manager Fred Haney. Willie, who hails from Cherryfield, Maine. Ball 1, no strikes. On Lumpy, the left-handed batter, Jerry takes ball 2. It's too low, and it's 2-0. Ball 2 and no strikes the count. Now the third base coach, Frank Crosetti, checks with Casey Stengel, then goes through a series of signs to Jerry Lumpy, as Lumpy is moved out in front of Lou Burdett. Ball 2, no strikes. On deck is first baseman Bill Skowron. Runners lead off first and third base, nobody out. The 2-0 pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the first baseman. The runner is not going to score, and Burnett drops the throw from Frank Torrey, and the bases are loaded. Yogi Berra came down the third base line as Torrey, coming in for that little ground ball, picked it up, thought that Berra was going to try to score, moved up the throw to the plate. Berra went back to third base, then he tossed to Lou Burdett on a tough play, and Burdett dropped the throw. Another error is charged to Torrey, and the bases are loaded. Nobody is out. Frank Torrey, who was fooled that time by Yogi Berra's move down the third base line. And the Yankees have loaded the bases on a walk, a sacrifice, and a couple of errors. Bill Skowron, the batter. Milwaukee leads 1-0, but New York has the tying run on third base, the lead run on second base. And here is a dangerous long ball hitter, Bill Skowron, with that wind blowing out to left field. Skowron batting at .217. 1 homer and 3 runs batted in. 5 hits and 23 times at bat. This guy is really strong. The infield is playing back for the double play, and the pitch is too low, and it's ball 1. On the 2 errors here in the top half of the second, it marks 6 errors for the Braves in the last 2 days, as they had 4 yesterday. Ball 1 and no strikes. Skowron in the batter's box, Tony Kubek on deck. Burdett in real hot water, just as Larson was in the last half of the first inning. Burdett starts it in the motion. Here's the 1-0 pitch, and Skowron swings and fouls one down the third base side. It's even up at ball 1 and strike 1. Ball 1, strike 1 count. Burdett with that natural sinker, trying to keep that ball low, so Skowron will hit the ball into the dirt. Eddie Matthews is about even with the bag at third base. Torrey is in a little bit at first base, while Logan and Shane Deans are deep, hoping for a double play ball. Nobody is out. Bases loaded. Here's the 1-1 pitch, and there is strike 2 call. Strike 2 the count. Ball 1, strike 2 on Skowron. Burdett looking down at Crandall, though, who takes his time, fidgets on the mound. Down to the rising sack, throws it down. Ball 1 and strike 2. Outfield playing Skowron deep towards left field. Here's the windup. And Burdett's 1-2 pitch is a ball inside, and Crandall is really angry. Here comes Burdett down off the mound. They thought they had Skowron on an inside corner pitch, but umpire Tom Gorman says, nope, that missed the inside corner, and it's even at 2-2. Boy, and Crandall was really red hot for a few seconds. Ball 2, strike 2. We're in the top half of the second. Yankees trail 1-0, but New York has the bases jam-packed and nobody is out. Skowron up there with a count of ball 2, strike 2. Burdett has the sign, the motion. 2-2 pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Here's the peg to second base out. Over to first base, is going to be close. He is safe and a run scores. Skowron forcing Jerry Lumpy at second base in a close play at first. As Skowron drives in his 4th run of the series. The Yankees have scored without a base hit here in the second. One man is out. Yankee runners on first and third base. Score is tied at 1-1. And Tony Kubek is the batter. And Crandall is out talking to Lou Burdett. Kubek, who's been up 19 times, has 1 hit. Batting .053. Don Larson due to hit next. And Larson is a very good hitting pitcher. Yankee runners perched on first and third. 1 out. 1 run across the plate. Burdett checks with his catcher. Into the stretch. Here is the pitch, and Kubek swings it to drive the left field. Covington's going back. He stops, makes the catch. Runner tags. Here is the lead run scoring as the peg goes to second base. Yankees lead 2-1. A sacrifice fly for Tony Kubek. As Elston Howard tagged at third base and scored after the catch, and a well-hit ball by Kubek. And the Yankees have a 2-1 lead. They've scored 2 runs without a base hit here in the second. A walk, a couple of errors, a fielder's choice, and a sacrifice fly. Runner on first base, 2 outs. Don Larson, the batter. He's been up once in the series, 0 for 1. Outfield playing Larson around to the left as Lou Burdett gets his sign. Skowron leads off first base. The pitch is in too close, and it's ball 1. Ball 1, no strikes. Burdett again down to the rosin sack. Yankees have taken a 2-1 lead, and the crowd here in Milwaukee has grown extremely quiet. The pitch, a swing and a ground ball to the third baseman's left. Logan has the ball to throw to second base. Force play, and that retires the side. Larson forcing Skowron at second base. Logan to Shane Dienst. 2 runs, no hits, 2 errors. 1 man was left on base. And the score is New York 2 and Milwaukee 1.
Hey, don't tell everybody. Tell you why, 'cause Gillette only has a limited supply of Gillette TV razors. Dig this price, just 79 cents, so take this advice. And hurry, 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 get one fast, your Gillette TV razor while they last.
WGY, WGFM, Schenectady.
The Braves will lead off with their shortstop, Johnny Logan, in the last half of the second. Logan, Burdett, and Shane Dienst to face right-hander Don Larson, and now goes to work with a 1-run lead as the score is New York 2 and Milwaukee 1. And we have most of the clouds away from Milwaukee County Stadium area. We have blue skies overhead, and a bright sun is shining. Logan with 3 hits and 21 times at bat, batting a .143, 2 doubles, and 2 runs batted in. The outfield is playing Johnny around towards left. The infield is around. Here is the windup by Larson. First pitch. A swing and a pop-up left side of the infield. Tony Kubek drifting back. He's there. He makes the catch, and that is one away. Logan pops out. 3 runs have scored in this ball game. Only 1 base hit. For the Yankees, 2 runs and no hits. Milwaukee 1 run and 1 hit. Here's a great hand for Lou Burdett. Burdett has 1 hit in 6 times at bat, and that was a 3-run home run here in the second game of the series at Milwaukee County Stadium, batting 167 with that home run and 3 RBIs. 1 man is out. Larson comes down with the first pitch. Lou swings. It's a ground ball to the third baseman, Jerry Lumpy, up over to first base. He is out. That's 2 away. 2 up, 2 down. And here is the only man on either side who has a base hit. Red Schoendienst, with a single to left in the first inning, came around to score Milwaukee's run. And the redhead got his base hit on a strike 2 pitch as he just poked that ball to left field. Red uses a short bat, and despite its shortness, he even goes up on the handle almost to the trademark. Takes a strike on the inside corner. Strike 1. 2 outs. Nobody on base. Last half of the second. Yankees lead 2-1. Don Larson shakes off a sign. Gets one he likes. 0-1 pitch. Blowing inside. Ball 1, strike 1 on Schoendienst. Red out of the batter's box. Red had really one of those tough seasons this year. Suffered a broken finger. Had pleurisy. The severe cold followed him for 3-4 weeks during the regular season. Here's the 1-1 pitch. There's a swing and a ground ball to the second baseman's right. Over is McDougald. Up over to first base. He is out, retiring the side. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left. And the score at the end of the second inning is the Yankees 2, Milwaukee 1.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister. How are you fixed for blades? Do you have plenty? How are you fixed for blades? You better check. Please make sure you have enough, 'cause a worn out blade makes shaving mighty tough. How are you fixed for blades? Better look, Gillette.
Top half of the third, the Yankees out in front 2-1 on the top of the batting order for New York. Hank Bauer, Gil McDougald, and Mickey Mantle will be the first 3 men to face right-hander Lou Burdett. Looking out at that scoreboard and seeing the Yankees with 2 runs and no hits reminds me that a couple of years ago, while pitching a really great ball game at Connie Mack Stadium in Philadelphia, Lou Burdett lost a 1-hitter, 1-0. So he has had some tough things happen to him in his baseball career. That was one that he'll always remember. Just missed a no-hitter in the ball game. Hank Bauer lined out to the right fielder, Henry Aaron, in the first inning. Hit the ball right on the nose. Henry going back at the last second, sort of lunged, caught the ball for the first out of the ball game. So here is Bauer stepping in. Hank, who now has 10 hits and 27 times at bat in the series. And the outfield is playing him around towards left. Burdett takes his time. Starts into the rocking motion, kicks his left leg, and the first pitch is a little high. Ball 1 and no strikes. Ball 1, no strike count on Hank Bauer. Burdett was complaining on the pitch. Bauer out of the batter's box, steps in, pulls down that plastic helmet. Braves tuck it up in the infield. Lou Burdett into the motion. The 1-0 pitch is swung on a ground ball to the shortstop's left. Logan over, grabs it, throws to first. He is out. And that's 1 away in the third. Brings up second baseman Gil McDougald. McDougald was thrown out by shortstop Johnny Logan in the first inning. Right-handed batter digs in with the right foot. Now he moves around, smoothing out the dirt in the batter's box. And steps away from the plate to knock the dirt off his spike shoes. These ball players have very noticeable and sometimes unusual nervous habits in the field and at the plate. 1 out, nobody on base. Curve breaks too low. Ball 1, no strikes. Gil McDougall, who's come on strong the last couple of ball games. And going into this one, Gil was batting at .304. And he's had some very, very important base hits. Has driven in 4 runs for the Yankees. Ball 1 and no strikes. And a curve strike is called on the outside corner knee high. It's even at 1-1. Ball 1, strike 1. Milwaukee scored a run in the last half of the first. The Yankees bounced back with 2 runs in the second. 2-1 the score, top half of the third. Braves outfield plays McDougall the pull. They're playing him around towards left field. Aaron has shortened up a couple of steps in right. Shane Deans at second base is lined up with right center field and playing deep. Here's a drive deep left. Going back is Covington towards the wall on the run. It's out there for extra bases. McDougall rounding first base on his way to second, goes in with a stand-up double. Line smash deep left center field by Gil McDougall. And there is the first base hit off Lou Burdett. And we're going to get action now in the Milwaukee bullpen. McDougall on second base. The batter is Mickey Mantle. Mantle, who went out to Frank Torrey in the first inning. '27-year-old right-hander. Carl Willie is warming up for manager Fred Haney in the bullpen for Milwaukee. Runner on second base. 1 man is out. Burdett looking down at Del Crandall. Goes into the stretch, and the pitch to Mantle is a fast strike. It's right down the alley across the letters. Strike 1 called. First half of the third. New York with a runner in scoring position on second base, McDougall, as he picks up his second double of the series and his 8th base hit. The Braves outfield with Mickey Mantle batting is playing straight away but very deep. So is the infield. And the 0-1 pitch. Here's a swing and a miss on a changeup, and it's strike 2. Strike 2 count. Mickey Mantle steps out of the batter's box. Gil McDougall is yelling something over to Frank Crosetti at third base. Gil takes his lead off second base with 1 man out. Here's the 0-2 pitch, and it's just outside a ball. Ball 1 and strike 2. Mickey Mantle, who was born at Spavinaw, Oklahoma, now lives in Commerce, Oklahoma. 26 years old, one of the game's great stars, facing a fidgety right-hander, Lou Burdett. Lou in a tough spot here in the top half of the third. Ball 1 and strike 2, 1 out, and McDougall at second base. On deck, it's Yogi Berra. Burdett takes a lot of time between pitches. He's ready. The 1-2 pitch. It's in too close, and it's ball 2 and strike 2. Mantle pulled his body away from an inside pitch. Ball 2, strike 2. Boy, that wind has shifted somewhat here in the first couple of innings, because right now it's blowing right out towards left field from home plate. It was slightly across outfield from right to left at the beginning of the ball game. Mantle has called a time. Mickey's out of the batter's box. Steps in, gets set. Ball 2, strike 2. McDougall with that leadoff second base. 1 man is out. Here's the stretch. And the 2-2 pitch. A swing and a ground ball to the third baseman. Matthews stabs the ball up over to first base. He is out. That Mantle can really move down that first base line. Boy, has he got speed. Eddie Matthews with a sparkling play to his left. And he looked the runner back into second base and then suddenly realized this was Mickey Mantle. whom they claim is the fastest man in baseball from home plate to first base. And he really wound up and fired a strike over to Frank Torrey, getting Mickey by about a step. And McDougal remained on second base. Now the batter is Yogi Berra, who started a 2-run rally in the second with a walk. The first unintentional walk that Burdett has given up in the series. Runner on second base. Left-handed batter Yogi Berra looks at ball one. It's outside. Ball one, no strike count. Berra waving his bat around, watching Burdett as Lou goes through that, all those motions he has out there in the mound, trying to throw these hitters off stride, making them wait. Gil McDougal on second, 2 outs, top half of the third. Yankees lead 2-1. Ball one, no strikes on Yogi Berra. Burdett comes down with a pitch. Here's a swing and a miss. And McDougal was way off second base. Crandall was going to fire out there, but Logan, who was deep at short, had no chance to get in behind Gil, and he raced back into second base. Crandall has one of the finest throwing arms in baseball behind the plate, and he was ready to really fire, but had no chance with nobody covering second. Ball one, strike one count. Here's the pitch, and Berra takes the ball. It's high. Yogi Berra, who was born in St. Louis, Missouri, now 33 years old, lives in Tenafly, New Jersey during the offseason. Berra, as little as catchers go, 5'8", 192 pounds, but boy, he packs a wallop. Runner on second base. 2 men are out. Burdett trying to get himself out of this hot water in the third. Lou's into the stretch. Here's the 2-1 pitch. There's a swing and a foul back towards the press box. Bounces high, and down the screen it goes. Ball 2, strike 2. Gil McDougal at second base smashed a long double deep left center field for the first base hit off Lou Burdett. Bauer had grounded out to short, and after the double by McDougal, Mickey Mantle was tossed out by Matthews. Now it's ball 2, strike 2 on Yogi Berra with 2 away. Lou Burdett shrugs his shoulders, up on the rubber. Here's the 2-2 pitch, and a swing and a hard smash to Torrey. Picks it up, and he's going to beat him in the bag. Good play. He's out, retiring the side. Good pitching by Lou Burdett. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 1 man was left, and the score is New York 2, Milwaukee 1. You know, fans, census figures show that our great country is growing at an amazing rate. By 1960, our population will be close to 180 million. What bright opportunities lie ahead for all of us, because this growth means a demand for more homes, more highways, and more schools. This in turn means more factories are needed to meet the constantly rising demand for new products, and more people to run the new industries. Yes, sir, there's a new and greater wave of opportunity coming. So get all the exciting facts about our changing America. Send for the free booklet, Your Great Future in a Growing America. Write Box 1776, Grand Central Station, New York 17, New York.
WGY, WGFM, Schenectady.
For the third, Milwaukee will lead off with Billy Bruton. He'll be followed by Frank Torrey and then Henry Aaron. Bruton, who walked in the first inning, left-handed batter walking up towards home plate as the Yankees toss the ball around the infield. All set now. Milwaukee trailing 2-1. 7th game of the series. This is it. Billy Bruton looking out at Don Larson. Larson has a sign from Yogi Berra. Here's the pitch, and there's a swing at a line drive, center field, base hit. Billy Bruton lines a single to center field. That is hit number 2 off Don Larson. Tying one on first base. Nobody is out. The batter is first baseman Frank Torrey. Frank, who laid down a perfect sacrifice bunt in the first inning. Another southpaw hitter. And the Yankee bullpen becomes alive as Bob Turley, a right-hander, and Bobby Shantz, a southpaw, begin throwing. Larson's first pitch, a swing and a high fly ball, short right field. McDougal going back. Here's Bauer racing in, and Gil McDougal makes a fine over-the-shoulder catch. Hank Bauer was really turning those legs, and McDougal going back. Peeked at Hank, then realized that Bauer might have trouble, made a very fine catch over the shoulder, and that is 1 out. Bruton on first base. Here is right fielder Henry Aaron. Aaron walked in the first inning. The absence of the long ball by the noted long ball hitters has hurt Milwaukee in this series. None of the power boys down the middle have found the range. In the previous 6 games, here is a strike to Aaron. The only 2 home runs by Milwaukee, by Lou Burdett and by Billy Bruton. And they came in the second game of the series. While the Yankees have pounded out 9 home runs. Runner on first base with 1 out. Here is a ball that's low. It's even up on Aaron at ball 1 and strike 1. We're in the last half of the third at Milwaukee County Stadium. The Yankees lead the Braves 2-1. Ball 1, strike 1 count. Don Larson has his sign as Bruton jumps off first base. Here's the peg over to first. Boy, this Yankee outfield is giving Aaron a lot of singles territory. They're playing extremely deep and around to the left. Here's the 1-1 pitch. A swing, a line drive, left field, base hit. Going over is Elston Howard. Picks it up as Bruton rounds second base and holds up. Peg goes into second base. Henry Aaron hangs a clothesliner type single to left field. Hit number 3 off Larson, and Casey Stengel has called a time. He is walking out towards the mound. That might be all for Larson. Bobby Shantz, a left-hander, and Bob Turley, a right-hander, have been throwing in that bullpen off and on since the first inning. Wes Covington standing off to the right of the plate, and it might well be that Casey will go to the left-hander. No, I think he signaled for the right-hander. Let's see. He's called in the second base umpire, Al Barlick, and it's going to be the right-hander. Bob Turley is being motioned in from the bullpen in deep right center field. While Bob gets all set for that long walk in, let's pause 30 seconds for station identification.
When you shop for a mixer, remember Saratoga Vichy is the real Vichy. The Saratoga Vichy Company does not make Vichy, they bottle it, right from the pure waters of the Vichy spring.
Get the yellow label, yellow label, yellow label, yellow label.
Saratoga Vichy, the real Vichy. WGY, Schenectady. Folks, prepare for the dangerous winter driving ahead. Buy safe Goodyear Suburbanite winter tires with the lifetime guarantee. From Albert E. Oliver Incorporated, Albany, New York.
Bob Turley, who was given a lot of consideration before the ball game as Casey Stengel's likely starter, but Casey went to Don Larson, who had 4 days rest, instead of Bob Turley, who, by the way, worked yesterday in the 10th inning and did a fine job getting Frank Torrey out of there with a tying run on third base and runners on first and third. Now moves in from the bullpen. He's a big right-hander coming in, and he makes his 4th appearance in the series. Bob Turley stands 6'2", weighs 215 pounds. Here's a hand for Don Larson. Don Larson, about 5 steps now from the Yankee dugout, moving in there, worked 2 1/3 innings. So far has allowed 1 run, and I say so far because if Bruton or Aaron or Bruton and Aaron score, their runs will be charged to Larson's record. He worked 2 1/3, has given up 1 run so far, 3 hits, 3 walks, and he had 1 strikeout. Bob Turley is actually in an unusual role in the last two games in this series because during the 58 American League season, he was used almost exclusively as a starter. He started 31 times out of his 33 appearances. So actually, Casey only used him twice during the regular season in relief. But here he is right now in the biggest ball game of the year with Milwaukee runners on first and second base. Wes Covington in the batter's box. Wes grounded out to the first baseman in the first inning, driving in a run. He was up there with the bases jammed and one away, and now Turley steps back off the rubber as Wes Covington moves out of the batter's box. Wes calls for the rosin sack. One man is out. The outfield deep and straight away. On deck is third baseman Eddie Matthews. Tying run on second base, the Yankees lead 2-1. The pitch is low and inside. A slow breaking curveball. It's ball one and no strikes. Ball one, no strikes on Wes Covington. Yankee pitching has been brilliant, you would say, in this series because they really have the book on these power hitters of Milwaukee. Here is the 1-0 pitch. There's a swing and a little chop out in front of the plate. Yogi Berra picks it up, a throw to first base. He is out. Here's a throw across the third base. Bruton hooks back in as Jerry Lumpy makes a great save on a bad throw. Jerry Lumpy just made a spectacular save on a bad throw by Bill Skowron. Bruton had rounded third base. Skowron saw him about 15 feet from third, fired across. Lumpy went diving across into foul territory, making a beautiful stab. That's two away. Runners on second and third base. Eddie Matthews, the batter. Eddie came up in the same situation in the first inning and was walked intentionally with first base open. So now let's see what the Yankee strategy will be. As the Braves have Bruton on third, Aaron on second base. That play, by the way, on Wes Covington is scored 2-3 if you score by numbers at home. Yogi Berra to Bill Skowron. Little chop down the first base line. Now Berra's out talking to the pitcher, Bob Turley, and second baseman Gil McDougald. Conference over, and Turley checks now with the Yankee bench, looking in at the old professor, Casey Stengel. They're going to walk Eddie Matthews, I think. Yes, Yogi Berra is pointing down the first base line, now holds out his hands. What do you want, Case? And finally, he said, let's put him on. First base is open. It'll bring up Del Crandall. Here is a ball outside. Eddie Matthews receiving his second intentional walk. Runners on second and third. Casey Stengel going to percentages here for the second time with Matthews. Eddie's had one of those so-so series with 4 hits and 24 times at bat, and being the hitter he is about due to break out of it. And so Case, with those runners in scoring position and the chance to set up a force situation at any bag in the infield, and also plus the fact that he'll have the right-handed hitter Crandall facing the right-hander Turley, is putting Matthews on first. There's ball 4. First walk given up by Bob Turley. Now here is catcher Del Crandall, who has called out on strikes in the first inning. Del is batting for the second time in a row with the bases jammed. 2 men are out. Last half of the third, the Yankees lead 2-1 in the ball game. Bob Turley has his sign from Yogi Berra. The pitch to Crandall, and it's a breaking pitch, low and outside, and that's ball 1. Bob Turley, 215-pound right-hander from Troy, Illinois. Living now in Lutherville, Maryland. And takes that deep breath. delivers, and a swing and a hard shot deflected by the pitcher. In fast McDougal, barehands the ball to first. He's out of a great play by Gil McDougal. A barehanded pickup to retire the side. That play is scored 1-4 to 3. No runs, 2 hits, no errors, and again, 3 men were left on base. And the end of the third, the score is the New York Yankees 2 and Milwaukee 1.
Hello there, everybody. I'm Mel Allen with a giant offer from Papermate that tops them all. Listen, how'd you like a genuine Papermate pen free? How'd you like a genuine Papermate refill free? Sound good? Well, that's exactly what you get. Free pen, free refill when you buy Papermate's famous two-tone pen at the regular $1.69 price. What a bargain. As it says right on the special Papermate display, you get a two-tone pen worth $1.69, plus an extra silver tip refill worth 49 cents, plus a retractable Schoolmate utility pen worth 39 cents. A $2.57 value, all three for only $1.69. How about that? A $2.57 value for only $1.69. Look for the special Papermate display at stores everywhere. Buy your two-tone pen at regular price, get an extra pen, an extra refill, free from Papermate. This sensational offer is limited, so hurry and get your free Papermate pen and free refill now.
The Yankees have stranded 2 runners in 3 innings. Milwaukee has stranded 6. Elston Howard leads off. In the top half of the 4th inning, it'll be Howard, Jerry Lumpy, and Bill Skowron. Elston was waving a couple of bats around, now throws the leaded bat away, moves up towards home plate as Lou Burdett, loosening up, is tossing down to Harry Hannebrink as Crandall was getting on the catching paraphernalia. Dell hit a line shot that Turley deflected and slowed down quite a bit. McDougal, racing in, made a real blue-chip play as he came in with a bare hand, a do-or-die shot, and got Crandall by a couple of steps at first base with the tying run crossing home plate. But it didn't count, and the Yankees maintain that 2-1 edge. Elston Howard, sacrificed in the second, was safe at first base on an error by Frank Torrey. And here's Howard now in the batter's box. Lou Burdett has the sign, and the first pitch to Howard is cut on foul back towards the screen, and it's a strike 1 count. Little puffs of dirt have been skimming around the infield as we get some wind out here. But on the whole, it is one of the finest days we've had for any of the other 6 ball games. Here's the 0-1 pitch. There is a ball outside. It's ball 1 and strike 1. Ball 1 and strike 1, and Elston Howard. Slightly closed stance. Howard stands with his feet fairly close together. Holds his bat on the end as Lou Burdett again goes through the motions out there. Lou now is staring down at the ground on the mound. Has the sign, the 1-1 pitch, a swing and a drive in the right field. It's in there for a base hit. Over is Henry Aaron, picks it up, fires the ball back into Red Schoendienst. Bounced away from Red, picked up by Logan, and that is hit number 2 off Lou Burdett. A sliced single, well tagged into right field by Elston Howard. Brings up the third baseman, Jerry Lumpy. Lumpy was safe on an error by Torrey in the second inning. Left-handed batter with a runner on first base and nobody out. The Braves scored a run on the first. The Yankees bounced back with 2 in the second. 2-1 the score. Top half of the 4th inning. Howard on first base, nobody out. The pitch is a strike as Lumpy was going to bunt. And that curveball snapped in there on the inside corner knee high. No ball, 1 strike count. Lumpy was going to try to sacrifice that runner on to second base. Base takes the lead. Here's the pitch. He's hitting away. A swing and miss. Nobody covering second base. The throw is knocked down by Logan, and nobody was covering second base. the pitch. Howard was on the go. Crandall fired a good throw to second base. Nobody was covering. Logan got over at the last second and knocked the ball down, so it wouldn't go into center field. Howard is on second. And let's see how they score that now. They haven't flashed it up as yet. They're having trouble with the lights at this moment out there in the scoreboard in right center field. Here is the stretch, and the pitch he's going to bunt takes the ball. It's outside, and it's ball one. Or ball two and strike one. Now they've changed the scoreboard around to ball one and strike two. Ball one and strike two on Jerry Lumpy. Elston Howard in scoring position on second base with nobody out. Outfield is shaded slightly to the right. Here's the pitch to Lumpy, and there's a swing and a ground ball to the third baseman. Matthews in, picks it up. Here's the throw to first base. He gets him. And Howard remains on second base. There was a high chopper to third baseman Eddie Matthews. One man is out, the batter first baseman Bill Skowron. Skowron safe on the fielder's choice in the second. Drove in a run with his ground ball to the shortstop, Johnny Logan, as the Braves tried for a double play but missed at first base, forcing the runner at second base. Lou Burdett's first pitch, a swing and a fly ball, center field. Bruton back there, and he comes in a couple of steps, makes the catch. Howard tags at second, goes back in as Billy fires a long throw that got away from Eddie Matthews, and a perfect strike with the ball bounced crazily to Eddie's right. And Howard remained on second base. So that's two outs as Skowron flies to Bruton in center. And here's a left-handed batter, shortstop Tony Kubek. Hit a line shot to fairly deep left field in the second for a sacrifice fly that scored Howard from third base. And he is getting a walk. It'll bring up Bob Turley. An intentional walk to the left-handed batting Tony Kubek. Ball two is outside. Bob Turley. Incidentally, going back on that play at second base, Howard receives credit for a stolen base. So there is the Yankees' first stolen base in the series. Ball four to Kubek, and Tony moves down the first base line. Second walk given up by Burdett. An intentional walk, and the Yankees have runners at first and second as Turley steps into the batter's box. Turley has one hit and 3 times at bat. 2 runs batted in. He's batting at .333. Into the stretch goes Burdett. He delivers, and there's a swing and a ground ball to the shortstop. Logan over, has the ball, throws to second base, and a force play retires the side. Larson forcing Kubek at second base. Logan is Shane Dietz. No runs, 1 hit, no errors. 2 men left on base, and the score is New York 2 and Milwaukee 1. Well, the sparkling relief pitching of Ditmar, Duran, and Turley captured the headlines in yesterday's game. But here's some late news from Gillette. Their sensational World Series special is selling like crazy. Some stores have completely sold out. Don't you miss out on this wonderful bargain. For just 79 cents, you get a precision-engineered one-piece Gillette razor, a dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades, and a streamlined travel case. With the Gillette TV razor, you get the most in shaving luxury. Clean, refreshing shaves with speed and ease. You save time when you shave, too. Gillette's one-piece construction means instant blade changing and rinsing. And those double edges spell real shaving economy. If you haven't had a chance to catch up with this terrific bargain, better do so in a hurry. Remember, it's good only while the supply lasts. Gillette TV razor, dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades, and compact travel case, just 79 cents. Bob Turley has just started his warm-up throws. He was the last man to bat in the 4th inning, so took his time moving out towards the mound. He'll face Logan, Burdett, and Shane Dietz in the last half of the 4th as the Yankees lead 2-1. And in case you're just joining us around the country, the Yankees scored 2 runs in the second on no hits. They had a walk, a couple of errors by Milwaukee, a fielder's choice, and a sacrifice fly driving in the runs after the Braves had scored a run on only 1 base hit in the last half of the first inning. So it is New York 2, Milwaukee 1 as we move on to the last half of the fourth. Final game of the series, all tied at 3-3. Just the way these teams went to battle in the 7th game last year. Logan popped out to the shortstop in the second. Bob Turley is ready. Rubs the shine off the baseball now, sets his cap. Looks down at Yogi Berra. The Yankee outfield plays Logan to pull the ball around to the left. And the first pitch is swung on. There's a high fly ball right center field. Berra is coming in hard. Now he's slowing up. Makes the Bauer. And that is one away. Johnny Logan flies to Hank Bauer in right center field. Brings up the pitcher, Lou Burdett, who was tossed out by Jerry Lumpy in the second. Lou Burdett to face Bob Turley. Turley came on replacing starter Don Larson in the last half of the third after Larson had worked 2 1/3 innings, allowing 1 run on 3 hits, walked 3, and he struck out 1. Braves have not managed a safety as yet off Bob Turley. Last half of the 4th inning, Burdett leveling the bat across the plate, watching Turley as Bob has the sign, comes down with the first pitch. Fastball is hanging outside. It's ball 1 and no strikes. Big 21-game winner for the Yankees this year. Bob Turley had 21 wins, only 7 losses. Here's a swing and a miss. Even up on Lou Burdett at ball 1 and strike 1. And Turley also turned in a sparkling earned run average 2.98 in working 245 innings for the Yankees. 1-1 pitch, slow curve is high to Burdett, ball 2, strike 1. The grandstand shadow now has extended to where it has reached halfway between the mound and the plate. 2-1 pitch. Ball 3 just misses the outside corner, and Turley's down off the mound now. Ball 3 and strike 1 on Burdett. Red Schoendienst in the on-deck circle. Last half of the 4th inning. Turley has the sign, and the pitch is a strike call. It's now a full count, 3-2. Ball 3 and strike 2 on the pitcher, Burdett. Turley kicks his leg and delivers. There's a swing and a miss. He struck him out. That is the first strikeout for Bob Turley, number 2 in the ball game for Milwaukee and the Braves. 55th strikeout of the series. And each strikeout against Milwaukee this afternoon establishes a new World Series record. 2 up and 2 down in the last half of the 4th inning. So Turley now goes on to face the top of the batting order. Second baseman Red Schoendienst, who has singled to left, scored Milwaukee's lone run in the 1st inning and grounded out to the second baseman. There's a swing and a chopper to the shortstop over Skubek, up the throw to first base. He is out at first, retiring the side. Milwaukee 3 up and 3 down for the second time in the ball game. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left on base. And at the end of the 4th inning, the score is New York 2, Milwaukee 1.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister. How are you fixed for blades? Do you have plenty? How are you fixed for blades? You better check. Please make sure you have enough, 'cause a worn out blade makes shaving mighty tough. How are you fixed for blades? Better look, Gillette. We go to the top half of the 5th inning.
The top of the batting order will face Lou Burdett, Hank Bauer, Gil McDougald, and Mickey Mantle. Yankees out in front, 2-1. Burdett just completing his warm-up throws. Shane Dean standing at second base waiting for the throw from Del Crandall. Well, after a long but a very wonderful baseball season, total of about 186 games for both these teams, including exhibition games this spring and 6 games in the World Series, and the regular 154-game schedule, the World's Championship in baseball will be decided in 1 game. And this is it, the big one. As the Yankees have stormed from behind, the Braves had a 3-1 lead over New York. Hank Bauer in the batter's box has lined to right field, and he has grounded out to the shortstop. Bauer hitless in 2 times at bat, and Burdett's first pitch is just outside. Ball 1, no strikes. Ball 1 and no strikes to count. Frank Crosetti really moves around in that third base coaching box. Just yells something down to Hank Bauer. Outfield playing Bauer deep and towards left. He's got real good power. Here's a swing and a high fly ball out behind second base. Shane Dean, Stan Logan are going back, and Shane Dean makes the catch for the out. Bauer pops out to red Shane Dean out of the grass in short center field, and it brings up second baseman Gil McDougald. Gil has one of the 2 hits off Lou Burdett. He doubled. Hard shot, deep left center field in the third. Thrown out by Logan in the first. Right-handed batter. And he now has 8 hits in 25 times at bat. McDougald. Burdett looks him over, and the first pitch sidearm strike on the outside corner, and McDougald looked like he was going to try to bunt one for a base hit. Burdett now is, on these right-handed batters, going to a crossfire pitch on occasion, which is a mighty rough pitch to these fellas, especially with that sun still shining on the mound, but the shadows at the plate. Here's the pitch, and there's a swing and a high fly ball in the short right. Henry Aaron is loping in, and he is there to make the catch for the out. 2-away. McDougald flies to Aaron in fairly short right field, and it brings up center fielder Mickey Mantle. Mickey has gone out to Frank Torrey at first base unassisted and has been thrown up with the third baseman Eddie Matthews in a close play in the third. Now Mantle has asked umpire Tom Gorman to look over the baseball. Tom does. And he's throwing that one out of the ball game. No baseball goes out to Burdett, who now rubs the shine off. Crandall crouching behind the plate. 2 men are out. Nobody on base. Top half of the 5th inning. Crowd has grown quiet again as the Yankees lead 2-1. Mantle steps out of the batter's box. Now he's in. Holds his bat right on the end. Picture of power at the plate, and the pitch to Mickey. A swing and a foul back here towards us. Bouncing high and down the screen, and it's a strike 1 count. Strike 1 count on Mickey Mantle. Burdett looking around the ballpark. Finally looks down at Dell, gets his sign, starts into the motion. 2 men are out. The pitch is swung on, miss, strike 2, and Mickey gave that one a good try. Hard swing by Mickey Mantle, strike 2 count. The Yankees out in front in a very close ball game, 2-1. 5th inning as this game moves on. Here's the pitch. Low and outside, a ball. That looked like Burdett's screwball, which breaks away from a left-handed batter. It's ball 1 and strike 2 on Mickey Mantle. And a new baseball goes out to Lou. Burdett in this series has 1 victory and 1 loss. And his lifetime World Series record, 4 victories, 1 defeat. established over the last 2 years. And all of them, of course, against the New York Yankees. 1-2. 2 outs, nobody on base. Top half of the 5th inning. Burnett delivers. The pitch is low and outside. It's ball 2. Ball 2 and strike 2. Bill Jakowski of the National League is down that right field line, and Frank Ullman of the American League down the left field line. As we've had 6 umpires again in the series. Ball 2 and strike 2, and Mickey backs away from home plate as Burdett is making Mickey wait as he starts fidgeting around. Finally starts into the motion. 2-2 pitch, and it's ball 3, and Burnett had started off the mound. Lou Burnett thought he had Mantle on that breaking pitch on the inside corner, but umpire Tom Gorman says, nope, too low. Ball 3, strike 2. Mantle batting with 2 outs and nobody on base. On deck, it's catcher Yogi Berra. Berra, who still has his shin guards buckled on. Ball 3 and strike 2. Here's the big pitch, and Mantle swings. It's a hard hit shot to the second baseman's left over. Shane Dean stop over to first. He is out. And the Yankees are 3 up and 3 down in the 5th inning. No runs, no hits, no errors. Nobody left on base, and the score is New York 2 and Milwaukee 1.
No other way to shave gives you that clean feeling. Like a fresh up shaving cream shave.
Instant lather shaving creams have established themselves as the most popular kind in the country. Today, more than 12 million men use these bomb-type creams, and more men are turning to Gillette Foamy. Here's real speed and convenience. Just a touch of the nozzle, and you get rich, creamy lather. Lather so full-bodied that a little goes a long way. And Gillette Foamy is the only instant lather that contains K34, the exclusive antiseptic that kills harmful bacteria while you shave. Now you can get Gillette Foamy with cool, refreshing menthol added. Either type, regular or menthol foamy, costs just 79 cents for a 3-month supply. Ask for Gillette Foamy today. I'm betting you'll say it's tops. Well, we go to the last half of the 5th inning, and now to take you the rest of the way in what should be a great finish. A real pleasure working with this fella from Washington. He's done a very fine and a very accurate job on the play-by-play. Bob Wolf.
Thank you, Earl Gillespie. And hi again, everybody. It's Bill Bruton, who leads off against Bob Turley in the bottom half of the 5th inning. And Bruton has walked and he singled. One of the 3 hits for the Braves. Turley all set to work. Here comes the pitch. And there's a foul going off into the New York dugout. So it's strike 1 to Bruton. The walk and the single both came against Don Larson, who started out the ball game for New York and worked 2 1/3 innings. Turley all set to work. He does not use the windup. He looks in to get the sign from Yogi Berra. Bruton set with a 1-strike count. Torrey is on deck. Turley ready. Here's the pitch. And it's a curveball which comes in high. And the count now is 1-1 to Bruton. The Braves, 3 hits. The New York Yankees, 2. And New York is holding a 2-1 lead. Turley all set. Looks in to get the sign. 1-1 the count to Bruton. The pitch. A changeup is good for a strike called. And it's now ball 1, strike 2 to Bruton. Turley mixes up the fastball, the curveball, which was so effective in his shutout victory, and the changeup. And he has become throughout the years a control artist, playing the corners. Ball 1, strike 2 to Bruton. And now Bruton is back in waiting. Here's the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss. And Bruton is out on a strikeout. So there's one away in the bottom half of the 5th inning. On the batter now is Frank Torrey, who sacrificed and popped up. Turley is strong-armed right-hander out there in the mound. And this afternoon marks his 3rd appearance in 3 games over the span of 4 days. All set to work now as Torrey steps in. The outfield is playing him just about straight away. The pitch is high. It's ball 1. On deck, Hank Aaron. And this is the bottom half of the fifth inning. New York leading 2-1 in this final game of the World Series. Torrey, left-handed batter at the plate. Here comes the next pitch. And it's a curve over for a called strike. And the count now is 1-1 to Torrey. The Braves so far this afternoon have had two very large scoring opportunities. Able to score, however, just one run. Here's the pitch, and it's inside for a ball. 2 balls, strike 1 to Torrey. In the first inning, Milwaukee had the sacks loaded, and there was but 1 out, but just 1 run came over to score. And in the third, they left 3 men stranded. There's a swing and a miss, and it's now 2-2 to Torrey. So altogether, Milwaukee has left 6 men on the sacks, and New York has left 4. Count now is 2-2 to Torrey with 1 out in the bottom half of the fifth inning. Here's Turley's next pitch, and there's a line drive which is going foul outside the right field line. That was a hard shot off Torrey's bat, and it was curving and landed to foul just a few feet outside the line and right. So Torrey now pauses outside the batter's box before stepping back in. It's a beautiful sunny afternoon. Hank Bauer is playing out there deep and right as Torrey steps back with a 2-2 count. Turley back off the mound, now steps up, toes the rubber, looks to get the sign. Right-hander ready. Nods once to Berra, and then delivers. And the pitch comes inside. The count now is 3-2 as Torrey steps out. Every pitch, every move can be the difference in the winning or losing of the World Series this afternoon. Every pitch carefully weighed by the pitcher and the catcher. Ready for the 3-2 pitch. Here it comes. It's inside, ball 4, and Torrey draws a walk. So Milwaukee has on first base the tying run as Hamrin Hank Aaron, who's batting in the number 4 spot, steps in to face Bob Turley with 1 out and 1 on. Aaron has walked. He is singled. They both came off Don Larson. And he steps in now with Torrey on first and Kubek and McDougal at double play depth for the New York Yankees. Now Aaron already looks out to the mound. The outfield is deep. Howard is far back and left. Mantle deep in center. Here's the pitch. And it's a curve for a called strike in the outside corner. Aaron back in with a 1-strike count. You can hear the crowd in the background. Here it comes. And there's a high hopper over the head of Turley. Fielded by McDougal at second. He touches the bag for 1. Throws to first for 2. So the side retired with no runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score at the end of 5 innings is New York 2, Milwaukee 1.
Do you want a decent shave? Do you really want a decent shave? Then shave Gillette with the blade and the razor by Gillette. Shave Gillette.
Hank Aaron sent a bounder, which McDougal took just about at the bag at second base and threw to first base for the double play. Torrey forced at second and Aaron out to first. And now here in the 6th inning, Yogi Berra is up there on the first pitch, ball 1. The attendance, 46,367 for the 4th time at Milwaukee. Yogi Berra with a ball 1 count. Yogi has walked and has scored and has grounded out. Lou Burdett on the mound with the New York Yankees leading by a 2-1 score in this 6th inning. Here's the pitch, and there goes a line drive to right field. Aaron is moving back. He's got it. A well-hit ball by Berra, And Aaron moving back toward the fence. Reached up, hauled it in. So there's one out in the 6th inning. Batter now is Elston Howard. Elston came through with a base hit in the 4th inning, and prior to that, had the sacrifice and got on the error by Torrey. That was the inning in which the Yankees scored 2 runs without a hit. There were 2 errors. The pitch to Howard is low for a ball. Thus far for New York, 2 runs on 2 hits. There are no errors. And for Milwaukee, 1 run, 3 hits, and 2 costly errors. Elston Howard waiting with a ball 1 count. Covington playing a deep left. Here's the windup. And the pitch is on the outside corner for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1 to Howard. Jerry Lumpy is on deck. Score is 2-1, and this will decide it all. The New York Yankees are leading. In this series, we've seen pitchers working with little rest. But as they say, it's a long winter for resting, and they're giving it their very all in this series. Lou Burdett looks in to get the sign from Del Crandall. Here's the windup. On the pitch on the way is swung on and fouled back, and it's now ball 1 and strike 2 to Howard. Matthews is pulled over close to the line. Logan is pulled over just a bit in the hole at short. As Burdett gets the sign from Crandall with the ball 1 strike 2 count. Here's the windup on the pitch on the way. Swung on and missed. And Howard is out on a strikeout. He took a big cut that time for out number 2 in the 6th inning. Jerry Lumpy got on base on an error by Torrey in the 2nd, and he grounded out in the 4th. He stops up there now with 2 outs, nobody on. New York holding that slender 2-1 lead. Burdett looks in with the sign. The outfield is playing Lumpy just about straight away. Not too deep. The pitch, there's a ground ball off to go with Burdett. Going over to Shane Dietz. He's up with it. The front of first, fully out. Side retired. No runs, no hits, no errors, nobody left. And the score after the top half of the 6th inning remains New York 2, Milwaukee 1. Here's something I've been just waiting to tell you. Now you can get a Gillette one-piece TV razor for only 79 cents. You heard it. While they last, this regular dollar value costs only 79 cents. What a whale of a bargain it is, because included with the world-famous Gillette razor is a dispenser of easy-shaven Gillette blue blades and a sturdy compact travel case. Be sure to get in on this great buy. The Gillette TV razor is made in one piece. That means instant blade changing and cleaning. Double edges give you twice as many shaves per blade, and you get the most and clean, refreshing shaves. Shaves that look better and last far longer. Pick up your Gillette TV razor. It's on display everywhere. Just 79 cents for the razor, a dispenser of Gillette blue blades and modern travel case while they last. As this ball game is rolling right along, and Wes Covington is leading off as Andy Carey now goes in at third base for New York. So Andy Carey is now in, and Lumpy is out. At third base for the New York Yankees. We're all set to go now as Covington steps up. And the first pitch is swung on. There's a fly ball going to deep right center. Bauer is back in the cinder path. He's got it. Wes Covington flying deep to Hank Bauer, who took the ball out in right center. Just a bit on the edge of the cinder path there. So there's one away. On the batter, Eddie Matthews, who has drawn 2 intentional walks. Gets a nice hand. Well, Eddie has had a few misfortunes at the plate in the series, but these fans are right behind him here in Milwaukee. Here's the pitch, and it comes in low for a ball. With Matthews' power, just one pitch could change the complexion of this ball game. New York holding a 2-1 lead. Matthews the batter, and the ball won the count. There's one out. Here it comes. There's a ground ball going out to McDougal at second. He's up with it. They throw to Skowron for the out. So they're 2 away in the bottom half of the 6th inning. And Del Crandall is up there now. In the first, with the sacks loaded and 2 out, Crandall was fooled by a strike 3 call. In the third, with a similar situation, 2 outs and the sacks loaded, Crandall sent a smash, which was off Shirley. McDougal came in with a one-handed, bare-hand scoop up for the throw to first in the out on a sensational play. There goes a long fly ball to left to the line. Howard is going back. He's looking up. It is a home run. Brought the crowd to its feet with a home run over the fence and left to tie the ball game at 2-2. That is the first hit off Turley. The batter is Logan. Here's the pitch, and it is a strike call. You can hear the excitement here in Milwaukee as Del Crandall, with a home run over the fence in left, has tied the ball game. There's a high pop-up, which is foul at center first. Going for the ball is Skowron near the seats. He jumps and he can't get it, and he falls over the railing partway. Just about sits up there. And now goes back toward a spot at first. First off Turley since he relieved in the third. Logan the batter with a strike 2 count. And the pitch comes in high. Ball 1, strike 2. In a thrill-packed game this afternoon. All tied at 2-2 in the bottom half of the 6th inning. Turley ready, delivers. And the next pitch is over the head of Logan. He had to stoop below it. Count levels at 2-2 to Johnny Logan, who has popped up and flied out. There are 2 outs as the Braves go to the Yankees' big weapon of the series, the home run ball, to tie the score on their 4th hit of the afternoon. Logan waits. Turley ready. Here comes the pitch. And there goes a line drive to left of the line. Howard is moving for it. He's got it. About 10 to 15 feet from the fence in left. So Logan is out, side retired with 1 run on the homer. No errors, nobody left. The score at the end of 6. New York 2, Milwaukee 2.
Hurry and get your Gillette TV razor. Just 79 cents, man, what a buy. And we'll tell you it's in short supply. So hurry and get your Gillette TV razor. Go get one fast and be in luck. For 79 cents instead of $1.
Well, we're starting to come down that home stretch right now. It's a 2-2 ball game. And as we move into the 7th inning, coming up, Bill Skowron, who's 0 for 2. He is an RBI. In the Yankees bullpen, Whitey Ford starts warming up. Skowron steps in. So this is it. Coming down into inning number 7. And you can't get it closer than this, with the series tied at 3 games apiece and the final game tied at 2 runs apiece. Skowron in there. Here's the pitch. And it's over for a called strike. On deck will be Tony Kubek. So far, the Yankees have 2 runs, 2 hits. Milwaukee 2 runs, 4 hits. And the Braves have made 2 errors. Burdett looks in with the sign. Skowron waits. Strike 1 the count. Here's the windup. The pitch on the way. This is the outside corner. On the count now is 1-1 to Bill Skowron. The outfield is playing him deep in all fields. On this bright, sunny afternoon here in Milwaukee, with the World Series championship now hanging in the balance in a tie ball game in the 7th inning. Here's the windup. And here comes the pitch. And there's a ground ball, which is into left field for a base hit. In between Matthews and Logan. And Skowron is on first. A single. Out to left, skipping through the hole. Tony Kubek, who was a sacrifice fly, which brought in a run on the second, drew an intentional walk in the 4th. And now he steps in there with Skowron on first and nobody out. We're in the 7th inning. And now Milwaukee starts getting the Braves bullpen busy. Carl Willey starts warming up. Kubek in. The pitch is a strike called. A breaking pitch on the outside corner to Tony Kubek. Skowron on first and nobody out. Third baseman Eddie Matthews has moved in. He's playing right now in a line with the bag at third. Logan and Shane Dietz double play depth as Kubek steps out to get some dirt. The outfield is playing straight away for Kubek. And now Tony is back in. Skowron on first. Nobody out. Burdett with the stretch and the pause. Here's the pitch. And there is a pop-up. The shortstop, Logan, is waiting for it. About 15 feet from the bag, and he has it. So there is 1 out and 1 on. As we await the number 9 batter, Bob Turley, who's now coming up out of the Yankee dugout. Well, there are thrills galore, and you can feel the tension mounting as each inning goes on. And when Turley came up to the plate, Whitey Ford, who was warming up, went back to sit down again. So here we are in the 7th with this World Series championship just hanging in the balance in this 2-2 game. Skowron on first, there's 1 out. Turley steps in. All set to go. Here's the pitch. And a bunt is fouled back. It's strike 1. Eddie Matthews came charging in that time, as did Frank Torrey. And Turley now looks down to Frankie Crosetti, the third base coach, before getting set once again in the batter's box. Burdett has stepped back off the mound. Glove off, he's rubbing up the ball. Matthews, the third baseman, has come in now. He's playing on the edge of the infield grass. Torrey staying over there at first base, keeping Skowron close. All set to go. Burdett gets the sign now from Crandall. The stretch and the pause. The pitch. A bunt. It's fielded by the pitcher. He slips. Now gets up. Throws to first for the out. Shane Dietz covering at first base on the sacrifice. As Burdett came up with the ball, he slipped, went to his knees, and then threw to first as Skowron moved in a scoring position. So the Yankees have a big man at second base in the person of Bill Skowron, as Hank Bauer, who has been a big Yankee batting star in this series, comes up for the 4th time. He is lined out, grounded out, and he is popped up. There are 2 outs. Skowron on second. The score is knotted at 2-2. As Lou Burdett looks in to get the sign. Skowron now takes a good lead off second. Here's the pitch, and it comes in high for a ball. With Logan pulled over in the hole for Bauer, that's giving Skowron pretty good room to range off second base. Ball 1 to Bauer. Outfield is deep. Infield pulled around. Burdett all ready. Bauer waiting with a ball 1 count. Skowron on second base. Here's the stretch and the pause by Burdett. The pitch. Here goes a pop-up. Third baseman Matthews is waiting. He's got it. Side retired in the 7th. No runs. One hit. Flowers, and one left. The score after the top half of the 7th inning. New York 2, Milwaukee 2.
Hey, don't tell everybody. Tell you why, 'cause Gillette only has a limited supply of Gillette TV razors. Dig this price, just 79 cents, so take this advice. And hurry, 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 get one fast, your Gillette TV razor while they last.
Let's pause 30 seconds for station identification.
The yellow label is your only guarantee of getting real Vichy, Saratoga Vichy, if you want real Vichy.
Get the yellow label, yellow label, yellow label, yellow label.
Insist on the famous yellow label that says Saratoga Vichy. Garage doors for residential, commercial, industrial use. Manual or remote control. Literature on request. Free estimates. Contact Murphy Overhead Doors, 1148 Central Avenue, Albany. WGY, WGFM, Schenectady.
Lou Burdett will lead off in the bottom half of this 7th inning in a 2-2 ball game. And Burdett, as you know, swings a very potent bat. Bob Turley all set to work. Here's the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss. Strike one. Burdett steps back in. Yankees bullpen busy once again. And now Lou is back out of the batter's box. Art Ditmar warming up for New York. Here it comes. Burdett cuts and misses. Count now, strike 2 to Burdett. Lou at the plate this afternoon is grounded out and he is struck out. Shirley looks in with the sign. 2 strikes the count. And Burdett steps out as Shirley stood there just for the moment looking in. Now both ready. Here it comes. And there's a ground ball. To short. Kubek makes a throw for the out. So there's one away. On that play, Andy Carey, the third baseman, started to go for the ball. He saw that Kubek was in better position to make the play. Kubek had to come in just a bit and made a quick throw to get Burdett and to bring up Red Schoendienst, who was singled and grounded out twice. And it was Red Schoendienst who has scored the first run for the Braves. Crandall's homer scored the second. Here's the pitch. And it comes in low. On deck, Bill Bruton. Score of the ball game is 2-2, and this is the bottom half of the 7th inning. The series could not be tied tighter than it is. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball going out to McDougald. He's up with it. They throw to Skowron on the out. Schoendienst is out number 2, and Bill Bruton, the batting hero of the first 2 games, is coming up. Whitey Ford now joins Ditmar, warming up for the New York Yankees. Bruton this afternoon has walked. He is singled. He is struck out. Well, it's nail-biting time here in Milwaukee. You can just feel the tension. Here's the pitch, and it comes in high. And the count now, ball 1 to Bruton. 2 outs, bottom half of the 7th. Ball game coming right down the home stretch now. Still deadlocked to 2-2. Shirley delivers. And there's a ground ball going into the first baseman Skowron. He plays it deep behind the bag, runs to the base for the out. Side retired on 3 ground outs in the bottom half of the 7th inning. The score at the end of 7. New York 2 and Milwaukee 2. What a clamor those Milwaukee fans set up when their Braves were at bat. And here's something I want to cheer about. The Gillette World Series Special. a one-piece TV razor for only 79 cents. It's a regular $1 value, but for a limited time, you get the Gillette TV razor, a dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades, and good-looking travel case for only 79 cents. The Gillette TV razor is a marvel of engineering and craftsmanship. You just turn the handle and the razor opens for instant blade changing and cleaning. It's double-edged, too. This means you change blades only half as often, save time and money. Remember, the supply of this World Series special won't last long. Better pick yours up first chance you get. Just 79 cents for a Gillette one-piece TV razor, a dispenser of Gillette Blue Blades, and handy travel case. Man, what a bargain. Well, here we are in this 8th inning, and it's still 2-2. A break. A long hit. Just one run at this stage of the ball game can mean the World's Championship, something that these two teams have battled for from the start of spring training and right throughout the long pennant fight. And right here in the World Series, just one run at this time can separate these two teams and make one the World's champion. Here's McDougald in there now to face Burdett as the right-hander's all set to work. Looks in to get the sign from Crandall. Here's the windup, and the pitch is inside and high for ball one. Backing up Burdett, the infield. Matthews is playing just about on the line with the bag at third. Logan's over there at short. Shane Dean's at second. Torrey at first. The outfield is Covington, Bruton, and Aaron. McDougald, Mantle, and Berra. So Lou has big guns to face here in this 8th. Here's the windup, and the pitch on the way. There goes a fly ball to right center field. Aaron is moving for it. He's under it now. He's got it. So there's one out in this 8th inning. And Mickey Mantle is up there now. The dangerous Mickey Mantle, who with one solid hit, one of those tape measure jobs, could change the complexion of the series. Burdett, we're working mighty cautiously on Mantle. He looks in now to get the sign from Crandall. Starts the windup. Here comes the pitch. And it comes in low for a ball. As Burdett delivers his momentum, brings him right down off that pitching rubber, right down off the mound. Burdett now steps back to the Rosenbag. Count now is ball one to Mantle. Outfield far back in all fields. One out in the 8th inning. Here's the windup. And the next pitch is on the way. And as a strike call to the inside corner, and the count now is 1-1 to Mantle. Burdett again steps back off the mound. Each pitch is important. And very deliberately, very methodically, waits between pitches, goes to the Rosenbag once again. The count to Mantle is 1-1. Mickey has stepped out of the batter's box. Outfield far back in all fields. Burdett again toes the rubber, gets the sign from Crandall. He's all set to work. 1-1 the count. Here's the windup. Here comes the pitch. And it comes in low. And the count now is ball two and strike one to Mantle. On deck, Yogi Berra. We're in the 8th inning. The series tied at 3 games apiece. This game tied at 2 runs apiece. And the championship is hanging right here in the balance. Ball two and strike one to Mantle. Burdett again flips the Rosenbag off to the side, and Mantle has stepped out. Time called by the plate umpire, Tom Gorman, till Mickey steps in. Now he's back in and waiting. The count is ball two, strike one. Burdett looks forward to get the sign from Crandall. Now the right-hander winds. Here comes the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss. And the count now is 2-2 to Mantle. And you'll see the crowd here just leaning forward as that pitch comes up. 2-2. Again, Burdett is back off the mound. Now a little rosin. Mantle waiting. 2-2 the count. Burdett ready once again as he gets the sign from Crandall. Right-hander starts the windup, and the 2-2 pitch on the way. Strike three call. Strike 3 call to Mickey Mantle. 2 outs in the 8th. And Yogi Berra, known as the tremendous clutch hitter for the New York Yankees, is up there. Berra has walked, and he has scored. Grounded out, and he is lined out. 2 outs in the 8th as Berra steps in. Burdette gets the sign, starts the windup. Here's the pitch, and it misses the outside corner. Ball 1. When the Braves come up in the bottom half of the 8th inning, they'll have the number 3, 4, and 5 batters. Ball 1, the count to Yogi Berra. 2 outs, and nobody on for the New York Yankees in this 2-2 game. Here's the windup, and the pitch. There goes a fly ball to deep right field. Air is going near the line. It is up against the fence in deep right. Berra's on the way to second, and he goes in standing up. Yogi Berra hit one inside the right field line, deep in the right field corner, up against the fence, just a few feet away from clearing the fence, which juts out at the 3:15 mark, juts out about 20 feet or so. It's a 10-foot fence. It hit up against it, and Berra is in at second base for the double. So it's Elston Howard stepping in with Berra. Perched on second and 2 outs in this 8th inning. Howard has 1 hit this afternoon. Here's the pitch, and there's a high foul which is going over toward the seats. Torrey is racing for it. He can't get it. It's beyond the Braves dugout and into the seats. Well, the Braves now have the bullpen busy out there. Willie and McMahon both have come out to warm up. As Howard now steps back in with a 1-strike count. Berra on second base, 2 away in the 8th in a 2-2 game. Now Burdette looks in to get the sign from Crandall as the stretch and the pause by Lou. Here's the pitch, and it's inside. 1-1 to Elston Howard. Each side has 4 hits. Each is 2 runs. Can you get it any more even than that? The World Series tied at 3 games apiece. Each team with the same number of runs and hits in this 8th inning. 1-1 the count to Howard. Here's the pitch, and there's a high hopper which is by the pitcher going to center field for a base hit. Berra's coming in to score. Elston Howard sent a ground ball through the middle for a base hit into center field. Yogi Berra came in to score, and the New York Yankees lead by a score of 3-2 in this 8th inning. Logan tried to go over toward second to cut that one off, but he couldn't get to it as that hard ground ball went by Burdette and into center. New York is in front. On the batter now is Andy Carey. The pitch. There's a ball which is off the glove of Matthews. Logan picks it up, throws to second. Too late. And the ball thrown by Logan almost got away from Shane Dienst, who had to make a one-handed grab of the ball to prevent the ball from going into right field. It's scored as an infield hit for Andy Carey, as Elston Howard is now at second. That brings up Bill Skowron, as New York has now come up with 3 hits in a row. This run, incidentally, is the first earned run for the Yankees. Bill Skowron, 1 for 3 up there at the plate. Man on first and second, 2 outs. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss. Strike one. Lou Burdett steps back off the mound. Skowron waiting at the plate. On a force-out play, he brought a run over in the second. He has since flied out and has singled. Stretch in the pause. Here's the pitch, and it's inside. Count now is 1-1 to Skowron. Runners at first and second. Elston Howard's single in the center field. Drove in Yogi Berra, who had doubled, and the Yankees are leading by a 3-2 score in this top of the 8th. Skowron waits with a 1-1 count. Burdett with the pause. Here's the pitch. And it's a swing and a miss as one broke on the outside corner. Count now is ball 1, strike 2. And now Skowron steps out to get some dirt. Now Bill back in with a ball 1, strike 2 count. The runners, Howard. Andy Carey, second and first. Burdett gets the sign from Del Crandall. Now we're ready. Stretch in the pause. The pitch is just a bit high. Count now is 2-2 to Skowron. He looked that one over very carefully. And now steps out of the batter's box for the moment. 2-2. Bill's now back in. Score, the New York Yankees 3 and the Milwaukee Braves 2. We're in the top half of the 8th inning, as these teams battle right here in the home stretch for the coveted crown. Stretch in the pause. Here's the pitch. And there goes a fly ball to deep left center field. A long cloud. It's going. It is a home run. Skowron with a mammoth homer up into the seats in left center. A 3-run homer for Bill Skowron, and Tony Kubek now steps up and fouls the first pitch off for strike 1. Howard, Carey, and Skowron all came in to score on that home run, which is Skowron's second of the series. He has 4 RBIs today. And the Yankees now lead 6-2. Here comes the pitch, and it is high. The count now is 1-1 to Kubek. That was a mammoth blast by Skowron, scoring Howard from second, Carey from first. The Yankees with 4 hits in a row coming after 2 are out in the 8th inning. Here's the pitch. It's over for a called strike 2 to Kubek. And New York, which moved into this 8th inning in a 2-2 deadlock, has now broken the deadlock, and with 4 runs, the Yankees are in front by a 6-2 score. Here's the pitch to Kubek, and it's a swing and a miss. The ball gets away from Crandall. He picks it up, throws to first for the out. So it's a strikeout, and the put out registered at first by Torrey. In this 8th inning, the Yankees come up with 4 runs, 4 hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score after the top half of the 8th inning, New York 6, Milwaukee 2.
Look sharp, feel sharp, be sharp and listen, mister. How are you fixed for blades? Do you have plenty? How are you fixed for blades? You better check. Please make sure you have enough, 'cause a worn out blade makes shaving mighty tough. How are you fixed for blades? Better look, Gillette Blue Blades, I mean.
the Milwaukee Braves up in the bottom half of this 8th inning as Frank Torrey leads off. And there is strike one. Here's the pitch, and there's a ground ball. McDougal goes far to his right, comes up with the ball, makes a throw to first, for the out. What a play! A tremendous play by Gil McDougal, who went far to his right, made a backhand stab of the ball, and throwing slightly off balance, got it to first base for the out. The batter now is Hank Aaron. McDougal has come up with 2 sparklers afield this afternoon. An earlier one on Crandall. Here's the pitch. There goes a high fly ball to left, near the line. Howard is going to the line, still moving. He crosses the line. He's got it. They're 2 away in the bottom half of the 8th inning. And the batter now is Wes Covington, who is 0 for 3. Wes on a ground out in the first inning, brought a run over the plate. So he is 1 RBI. He steps up with 2 outs, bottom half of the 8th. And the Yankees leading 6-2. Now Covington steps in to face Bob Turley, who came on after 2 1/3 innings. Here's the pitch, and it is a ball. Since Bob arrived in the scene, he has given up just 1 hit, and that was Crandall's homer in the 6th. Ball 1, the count to Wes Covington. 2 away. Turley looks in for the sign. Here's the pitch. And there goes a pop-up along the third base line. Carey moves in foul territory. Now he's along the line, and he takes it as the wind moves it back just in fair territory for the out. So the out on the pop-up to Andy Carey to retire the side. No runs, no hits, no errors, and nobody left. And the score at the end of 8 full innings is New York 6, Milwaukee 2.
Hurry and get your Gillette TV razor. Just 79 cents, man, what a buy. And we'll tell you it's in short supply. So hurry and get your Gillette TV razor. Go get one fast and be in luck. Just 79 cents instead of a buck.
Well, this is it, ladies and gentlemen. We're right now going into the 9th inning of the 7th game. And the score, 6-2 with the New York Yankees out in front. Don McMahon will be coming in at this point to take over from Lou Burdett, who gave it a tremendous try this afternoon. Moving into the top half of the 8th inning, it was a 2-2 game, and the 2 runs, which had come earlier in the 2nd, both were unearned runs, coming in the 2nd frame on no hits and 2 errors. But in the 8th, with 2 outs and nobody on, Berra doubled off the fence in right, and then Howard, with a single to center, drove in the tie-breaking run. Carey then had an infield hit, moving Elston Howard to second. And at this stage of the ballgame, Bill Skowron unloaded a tremendous swat into the seats high up in left center. A 3-run homer, which will put the Yankees in front 6-2. Here's Bob Turley, and the first pitch is fouled back. Strike one. Don McMahon, who is out there now to pitch this ninth inning. And as you might expect, it's a very quiet crowd here in Milwaukee. Here it comes, and it's inside. 1-1. Well, there are many series heroes to talk about, to write about. But one that you'll have to note is Bob Turley, who up to this point, with 3 appearances in 3 straight games, he swings and misses. Ball 1, strike 2. Bob had a saving shutout on Monday, a saving relief performance yesterday, and so far today he's turned in another brilliant relief job. He's up there at the plate with the ball 1, strike 2 count. And the next pitch is a strike on the outside corner, and Turley is out. So there's 1 out. On the batter now is Hank Bauer, who is 0 for 4. And when you get right down to it, the crusher in the 8th was supplied by the Yankees' favorite weapon, and it has been throughout the series, the home run. Here's the pitch to Bauer, and it's a called strike. Strike 1. On deck, Gil McDougald, who has come up with 2 tremendous fielding plays. Here's McMahon's pitch, and it's a swing and a miss. Strike 2. Well, Milwaukee is not out of it, but they'll have to do a heap of battling back when they come up in the bottom half of this 9th inning. Strike 2, the count to Hank Bauer. Here it comes, and the pitch is inside and low. Hank started to move for it and held back, and now Tom Gorman examines the ball. So Bauer now moves back in the batter's box. McMahon on the mound. That pitch that Bauer jumped back on was very close to the bat. There's a swing and a miss, and Bauer is out. 2 strikeouts by McMahon here in this 9th inning. The batter is Gil McDougald, who gets a fine hand from the crowd. It's been a wonderful crowd here in Milwaukee right throughout the series, and this is a magnificent sporting gesture. McDougald, who has hurt the Braves, getting this fine hand here in the 9th. There's the pitch coming in low for a ball. It's an excellent crowd also in New York City. Here's the pitch, and there goes a looping ball into short right for a base hit. So McDougald is on first. On the batter now is Mickey Mantle, who is 0 for 4, coming up with 2 outs, 1 on in the 9th inning. And the score, the Yankees 6 and the Braves 2. Mantle has grounded out 3 times. He is looking at a called strike 3. Stretching the pause by McMahon. Here's the pitch. A swing and a miss for strike 1. Strike 1, the count to Mantle. We're in the 9th inning. There's a sign now from Crandall. Here's the pitch, and it comes in high. Count is 1-1. This game, deadlocked at 2-2, suddenly broke wide open in the 8th with 2 outs when Yogi Berra came through with a big double to right. And before the inning was over, successive singles by Howard and Carey, plus the Skowron homer, had given the Yankees a 4-run margin, 6-2. Mantle about to move for 1, holds back. It's ball 2 and strike 1. Ball 2 and strike 1 to Mantle. So look toward first. The pitch comes in high, and the count now is 3-1. 3-1. The outfield is far back in all fields for Mantle. Don McMahon with the stretch and the pause. A look toward the runner. Here it comes. And the pitch comes in low, and Mantle draws a walk, moving Gil McDougald to second. And bringing up Yogi Berra as Crandall goes out partway to the mound to speak to his pitcher. Carl Willie again is throwing for the Braves in the bullpen, and Berra comes up. His double in the 8th inning opened up the gates for the New York Yankees. Men on first and second, 2 away in this ninth. McMahon all set to work, the stretch and the pause for the right-hander. Here's the pitch, and it's over for a called strike one to Yogi Berra. Elston Howard is kneeling off to the on-deck circle. There are 2 on and 2 outs in the ninth. Stretch in the pause. Here's the pitch. Berra sends a ground ball out to Shane Dienst. He's up with it. The throw to first for the out, and the side is retired. In the ninth, no runs, 1 hit, no errors, and 2 left. And so we're going right down to the wire now. The bottom half of the 9th inning, as the Braves really have their work cut out for them now, trailing by a score of 6-2. And coming up now, needing 4 to tie the ball game and stay alive, and 5 to take the crown. Well, so far, off Bob Turley in 5 2/3 innings. He's given up 1 hit. Crandall's homer. He's given up that 1 run. He has struck out 2, and he has walked 2, including 1 on purpose. So it's been a tremendous pitching effort by Bob Turley. And the Braves have their work cut out for them, as Eddie Matthews leads off in the bottom half of this 9th inning. 6-2, New York leads. Matthews, who has drawn 2 intentional walks and has grounded out, steps in now, as the Braves are right down here in their last chance. Turley looks in to get the sign from Yogi Berra. Matthews waiting. And Bob takes that big, deep breath before he pitches. Here it comes. And it's a curve over for a call strike. Strike 1 to Eddie Matthews. On deck, Del Crandall and Johnny Logan. Turley all set. Strike 1 the count to Matthews. Right-hander nods. Here comes the pitch. And it misses the outside corner, and the count now is 1-1. Well, the Yankees, as we go into this bottom half of the ninth, have the bullpen active once again. Turley out there pitching tremendous relief ball, delivers, and there's a curve which comes in low, and the count now is ball 2 and strike 1. Ditmar and Duran both warming up for New York. Here's the pitch, and there is a ball. As Matthews started to move for that one, held back, Berra quickly turned to see what Tom Gorman's decision would be, and it's ruled as a ball. So the Braves still in there battling in the bottom half of this 9th inning, as the count now goes to ball 3 and strike 1 to Matthews. Turley takes that deep breath. Here's the pitch, and it comes in low, and Matthews arouses the Milwaukee hopes by leading off the bottom half of the ninth with a walk. Del Crandall, who so far has the only hit off Turley, a home run in the 6th, is stepping up. Gil McDougald goes over to speak to Turley, as Crandall sets himself squarely in the batter's box, looks out toward the mound. Matthews on first. There's nobody out. The stretch and the pause. The pitch is over for a called strike. Strike one, the count to Del Crandall, who looked at a called strike 3 his first time around. Was out on a tremendous fielding play in the third as McDougald scooped it over to first and then homered. Here it comes. And there goes a fly ball to short left. Howard is coming in and has it. Took it just about 5 feet or so inside the line. So there's one away, one on. Batter is Johnny Logan, who is 0 for 3. Johnny Logan up there. And Adcock has moved into the on-deck circle. Out there in right field, Hank Bauer has just been moved in just a bit. Here's the pitch. And there goes a fly ball to center field. Mantle is moving back, still moving back. He's got it. Just about 2 or 3 feet from the cinder path in deep center. So Logan with a long fly out is out number 2. And Joe Adcock will come up as a pinch hitter for McMahon. Well, the Yankees did their scoring to break the tie with 2 outs. And now the Braves are faced with the same problem because the last out, when it comes, will mean the end of the series. Adcock in there, right-handed batter. Here's the pitch, and it comes in low. Ball 1. Outfield is back for Adcock. Matthews, who's walked, is on first. There are 2 away. The stretch and the pause by Turley. Here's the pitch, and it's over for a called strike, and the count now is 1-1 to Adcock. Little rosin for Bob Turley as he steps back off the mound. Turley working very slowly, very deliberately. Again, takes that deep breath. There's the pause now by Bob. Here's the pitch, and there goes a base hit to left field. Matthews goes to second base, and Joe Adcock is on first. Matthews on second. There are 2 away, and the batter is Red Schoendienst. Mantilla will run for Adcock. Well, Adcock came up with a hit in the 10th inning of yesterday's game, which aroused the Milwaukee hopes. And now Mantilla over there as a runner. Matthews on second. 2 away. The batter is Schoendienst. Here's the pitch. It's a strike call. So Milwaukee still in this ball game with 2 outs and 2 on. Schoendienst to the plate with a strike 1 count. The stretch and the pause by Bob Turley. Here's the pitch. And there goes a ball to left center. Mantle moves in. He's got it. And there it is. The New York Yankees are the winners, and Bob Turley is mauled and congratulated by his teammates as he comes in to the dugout. The final score, the New York Yankees, 6 runs, 8 hits, no errors. Milwaukee, 2 runs, 5 hits, 2 errors. Stay tuned for an interview direct from the clubhouse of those victorious New York Yankees. Well, there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The World Series is over. And this afternoon, the New York Yankees won out by the final score of 6-2. Now, to wind up this World Series broadcast, let's pick up Mel Allen and some of those victorious Yankees. Mel, take over.
What do you want me to kiss him?
Here we are. Ladies and gentlemen, we're in the Yankee dressing room, and here is Yogi Berra and Bob Turley, the battery that wound up the ball game. Bob, you came in relief and pitched your second great game in this series.
Well, Mel, all I can say is this is the greatest moment of my life, and what a comeback by what a great ball club. I tell you, this is the greatest club I've ever played on, and what a bunch of guys.
Well, after you'd been belted out here in the second game, you came back to pick the Yanks off the floor, and they're behind 3-1. Got the last out yesterday, and in relief of Larson, pitched magnificently today.
Thank you, Mel.
And Yogi, you've been in 10 World Series, as many as Babe Ruth and Joe DiMaggio. Has there ever been one that gave you as great a thrill as this one?
Well, I guess this one is. I guess the National League won't be so smart now, Mel. They thought they had us down 3-1, and we come back fighting. This is the best one I've ever been in.
With the score tied there in the 8th inning, you all with 2 down. Did you think you had a home run? That ball that got a double on?
I thought I did. I didn't hit it real good, but I hit it down the line. I think the wind held it up a little bit, Mel.
Well, Yogi, good luck to you. And Elston Howard, who came through that 2-out single. Ellie, since you went into the series, made that great play at the stadium of the Yankees down, the whole team seemed to pick up. And you've been on many now. What do you think of this one?
Man, I think this is one of the greatest ball clubs I ever played with, and thanks that I came back and were able to help the ball club with the help of Bob Chiller, which pitched great, and also Mike Dougal and Hank Bauer, which is some wonderful hits.
And here is Casey, and Bill Scarron hit the homer. Bill, did you like this homer any better than you did that grand slammer 2 years ago in the 7th game that won the World Series against the Dodgers?
Well, I would say that Elston Howard did the big thing by driving in the winning run. Mine was secondary like it was in the 1956 World Series. Yogi hit 2 that day, and Howard hit 1, and I hit the grand slammer.
Casey, you have now won 9 pennants. And this is your 7th World Championship, tying Joe McCarthy's record. Has there ever been anyone before this that you enjoyed any greater?
Well, I'd have to say that this is the greatest year to win a pennant and a World Championship. The reason I say that is for 3 or 4 reasons. We got such a bad start when you're only in a 7-game series that with a bad start you can't afford to make a mistake. But our ball club came back and without making a mistake had to go right through the line and win 4 like here at the end. Now here's the other big thing. It showed our ball club that was a good ball club, although we faltered the last month and a half of the season. It also showed that we have recovered and that we can now play in the National League.
That's Casey Stengel. Del Webb, co-owner of the Yankees. Del?
Mel, this was wonderful. I think this is the greatest World Series that I ever went through. We've been through a lot of them, but we come from behind and played very well.
It's only the 3rd time in history that the team has been down 3-1 and come back, and only the 2nd time in a 7-game series.
I don't know about that, but I know we come back. That's the main thing.
Well, thanks a lot, Del. Here is Dan Topping, president of the New York Yankees. Dan, what did you think when the Yankees were down 3-1?
Well, Mel, didn't look good, but I always knew this club started off the kind of a club they were. They slowed up a little bit. But finally, they got back to where they started. They're still a great ball club. Maybe they found out from never get too easy, never go too easy. Just keep trying, we'll win.
Here's a fellow who started off slowly in the series, but then picked up at the stadium with that home run in the key game. Every game's a key game when you're behind 3-1, and then hit the double with the bases loaded. And today, Gil, you played magnificently. Defensively late in the game, and that double play ball of Aaron's, it seemed the ball was hit right through the middle for a base hit. You turned it into the DP.
Yeah, he happened to be in the right spot today, Mel. Everything seemed to go right. I guess it was our year, and they're a great ball club, and we were very fortunate to be